Impact Wrestling's Knockouts champion Mickie James will appear in this year's WWE Royal Rumble, according to both WWE and Impact Wrestling. My question here is the door no longer...
No. Okay. We are prisoners of the moment. Can we all take one fucking step back and act like we didn't see in 1998 Sabu jump off the fucking R at Monday Night Raw? Let's stop acting as
now,
if
those work together frequently, though.
We didn't know that at the time.
Yeah, well, it's true that.
We didn't know that at the time. We just saw Tommy Dreamer run from the crowd. And then, the Eliminators fuck up some ring announcer. And we're like, what the fuck is this? ECW's taking over? Now, in hindsight, 20 years or however long that was, we know Vince McMahon was fucking funding ECW to keep them afloat. I'm just saying, maybe that's fucking happening again. And let's stop acting as if they've never mentioned another company.
So
ever.
the thing is, well, they used to do it a whole long time ago, way more than they do now. Even before that time you're talking about, it had been a while since they did it. Before they became the global media phenomenon that they are. The reason they called it the Forbidden Door is because of the idea that WWE didn't allow this kind of shit, right? And I still think they don't allow this kind of shit, but they know who they can have decent working relationships with, even in light of, like, Mickie James thing went south for a little while, but they knew, like, I'm sure things were copacetic very shortly. They sent an apology. They fired a guy.
Well, I've got a hot take on that. We live in a capitalistic society where you gotta get the money, get the bag, as the cool kids say, right? Gotta get the bag, secure the bag, or whatever the fuck. However, take a step back and have some self-worth. You went out there. You went out there on social media. Because again,
roasted them.
And we've heard that this wasn't the first time that whoever that guy was, Carano or whatever his name was, had ever done this.
Long-time employee.
Within that industry, right? The boys and the girls, the locker room, they knew that this is kind of standard practice. So by Mickie James breaking protocol, which I think she should have done, right? And say, like,
of course,
this is bullshit behavior. Applaud. Awesome. Good job. Fuck that. Call them out on their bad business practices. 100%. But then less than a year later, you're going to be like, Mickie James and WWE.
If anything, to me, probably what's happening there is Mickie James has probably been asked by her current company, like, hey, this is going to fucking help. You know what I mean? Like that kind of shit. And you're going to make extra money. I'm sure this is a money deal. But yeah, I don't, it seems weird because we just did this 2021 year in review. And that was one of the videos. She fucking, you know what I mean? She brought the guy down. And she was like, fuck him. And she has since been, we're doing the women's revolution in the NWA. They did a pay-per-view. They're like, fuck the machine, right? Like, not in those words, but she's been very much like, we don't need them. That's false. They say women's revolution. Bullshit. That kind of stuff, right? But yet,
the second they call.
Go.
That's the thing where it's like, look, and I want my point to come across as clear as possible. I respect and I applaud initially what Mickie James did to call out bad business practices and insulting behaviors from WWE towards her. I am disappointed that then less than a year later, she's just going to show up.
Less than 6 months even. And
everyone's just going to be like, hey guys, I'm in the locker room again. Remember when I tried to fucking ruin this place?
Isn't this crazy? I'm in another company with a title that they clearly don't respect and think is worth shit. And so, here I am. Yeah.